Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along of the second leg of this Championship playoff semi-final. I am nervous. Everybody in the chat seems nervous. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you to all our Leeds Lately members. Looks like Sajal has just become a Leeds Lately member, so thank you so much for becoming a member, Sajal. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. And welcome, of course, to all our other Leeds Lately members as well, including Karen Curtin, Sajal, of course, who I've just mentioned. CB is in here. Chewy Backer's in here. Rad Music Chat Ben is in here. John Garside. Everybody's here. And of course they are, because it is the playoff semi-final second leg. Thank you, everybody else who's joined me as well. All the regulars in here. I am absolutely... Try not to be vulgar here. I'm very nervous. Okay, I'm very nervous for this game. 5 minutes then to kick off. We'll talk about the lineup in a second. But yeah, of course, if you haven't already, then make sure you hit that big red button. We're trying to hit 8,000 subscribers. And of course, winning this game will go well on the way to making people happy enough to click that big red button. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining me, of course. Let's have a look at the lineup. Before we do, make sure you go and check out in the description Rocco's book. I've mentioned it a few times, so you know what it's about now. So the Don Revie book, go and check that out in the description down below. Let's have a look at the lineup then. So, Meslier in goal. We've gone back to Gray at right back, so we've gone back to a back four of Gray, Rodon, Ampadu and Firpo. Excuse me. And of course, in front of them, Gruev and Kamara in a two-man midfield again, which is changed, of course, from something that I thought did quite well against Norwich, which was the three-man midfield. Then you've got Nonto, Jorginho and Somerville in those midfield attacking roles, with Jorginho, of course, through the centre. And Joel Peru comes back and gets his place back in the team as a starting striker, which I'm not too convinced about. I think that what we did against them in the away leg was the right way to go about things, getting an extra man in midfield. It worked. It was less of a chaotic game than what happened against them earlier in the season in the normal season games. So I think it's potentially a little bit of a mistake going back to this lineup. But no, Ben, I don't have hay fever. I've never had hay fever in my life, but what it is, sometimes I sneeze when I get too hot. And that sounds really weird, and I don't know why it happens, but sometimes I sneeze when I get too hot. But I do think, going back to the lineup and more important things than me sneezing, Leeds, I think, have gone back to a lineup where we'd been struggling over the last 5-6 weeks. And I think it may be a little bit of a mistake, because against Norwich, like I say, away, I think packing the midfield, adding an extra player in there, didn't allow them so much play in the midfield. It broke them up a little bit. It allowed Leeds to not let them have too much of the ball in those situations in midfield, where they would usually overrun us with the likes of Gabriel Sara and stuff coming forward and helping out with their attack. So I think that was an important factor in that game, in that away leg. So I'm a little bit worried about the lineup, but we'll see how it pans out, of course. Somebody mentioned in the chat before, Ashley Barnes is back. That was Ben, Rad Music Chat. Ashley Barnes is back, and that is a worry. It is, and he's not particularly the best player in the world, but he just seems to... He seems to be a little bit of a thorn in our side whenever we play them. He's very good at housery, shall we say, and he just seems to be one of those players who always seems to be able to do something against us, and it is very, very irritating. I actually can currently see all the Leeds fans holding up their scarves that were put around the ground for them for free. I still have my one from the playoff semi-final second leg against Derby. Which brings back, of course, traumatic memories. And also, they showed a little clip of that before kickoff on Sky. So that is also upsetting me that I saw Kiko Casilla. So, I mean, come on. All we can do is support our team. and hope for the very, very best for us. It looks amazing out there at Elland Road. There's so much white to be seen in the crowd with all those scarves being held up and swung around people's heads. Of course, the lily white of Leeds United. Ampadu looks to lead Leeds United out onto the pitch now with Meslier, Firpo, Gruev, Rodon and the rest of the gang following him out, and of course the Norwich City lineup as well. One thing I think about the Norwich City lineup, whilst yes, Ashley Barnes is back, they did bring in Sainz in the last leg, and I thought that he was actually their left winger. I thought he was actually one of their most dangerous players and did a lot of good stuff for them. So potentially taking him out of the team and putting Ashley Barnes in when he's not fully fit, maybe a little bit of a mistake from them. I don't imagine that he will play the entire 90 minutes, Ashley Barnes, but hopefully in the time that he's on the pitch, we can keep him quiet and hopefully Rodon's physical presence can do a little bit of good stuff against him. Of course, Somerville will be looking alongside Nonto and Jorginho to provide their own attacking flair in the Leeds United lineup, just as Ampadu goes across to start shaking hands, and the first person he shakes hands with, of course, Kenny McLean, the Norwich City captain, who Leeds actually did look to buy in the summer, but he didn't want to leave Norwich. And I do think in the 3 games that we've played against him, and this makes it 4, I think he's been a very, very good player for Norwich. And I can understand why Farke wanted to bring him from Norwich to Leeds. Excellent distribution, very tenacious in the tackle in midfield. He goes and wins the ball back. He's also got, like I say, a good range of passing, decent on the ball. He's not the most mobile player in the world, but he can still get about that midfield. So I think we need to look to cut out his contribution to their attacking play today. And of course, we need to try and play our own game and impose our own game on Norwich. Of course, the lineup is on the screen now for Leeds United on Sky, so I'll put that on there for you. But whilst we've already been through that, we'll say that the substitutes for Leeds are Darlow, Cresswell, Cooper, Anthony, Shackleton, James, Gelhardt, Roberts and Joseph. So hopefully we see a cameo from Dan James tonight. And I also thought Jaden Anthony was quite good when he came on. Potential for Roberts to come on at right back and push Gray into midfield as well. And then you've got Joseph who can come on up front. So there are options there. The Norwich City lineup then, Angus Gunn in goal, Stacey, Duffy, Gibson and Giannoulis make up the back 4 with Nunez, who was very good, alongside McLean in the home leg for Norwich in midfield. Then you've got Gabriel Sara out on the right-hand side. You've got Ashley Barnes through the middle, and you've got Rowe out on the left-hand side, and then Josh Sargent up front. And, of course, like I said, Sainz, who was pretty good for them against Leeds in the home leg, is on the bench tonight for them instead of being in the starting lineup. But Leeds now having their customary little huddle and Ampadu, I think, having a few words with the players. It actually looks like it might be Firpo having a few words with the players. So good on Firpo for taking on this little motivational team talk. But yeah, it looks great at Elland Road, as John's saying. Looks really, really good at Elland Road. And I'm just hoping that we do it the easy way. Come on, we've had so many playoff disasters. Let's go out there, get an early goal and give ourselves something to build on and something to defend. So I'm hoping that Leeds can do that tonight. It looks like Ampadu was going and doing the coin toss, and now he's come back over to the team and doing his own little team talk as well. So hopefully Leeds have a fast start and score a goal early on. The longer this goes on, the more nerve-wracking it is going to be, though. So this is going to be a big game. Potentially, no, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I won't. I'm not going to. I don't believe in jinxing things, but I'm not even going to risk it. Make sure you subscribe as well, as this game is about to kick off. Joel Peru then to take the kick for Leeds United. Leeds United kicking towards the south stand in this first half. Joel Peru takes the kick, and we are underway in the most important game of the season so far. Here's Junior Firpo. Now Ampadu. Ampadu back across to Joe Rodon. Rodon back to Meslier. Meslier forward up towards Wilfred Nonto, but it's bounced all the way through to Gunn, and he can take possession of that with his feet, and then as soon as Joel Peru comes over, he can pick that one up. Yeah, just like CB says, hit the likes, everyone. Thank you. Angus Gunn then rolls this one out onto himself and then sends it up long to the halfway line. Ampadu does well to win that ball away from Ashley Barnes, but it has gone straight to a Norwich player who passes it back to Duffy. It's Sarah here, and he's going to have to go all the way back to Gunn. Piru is going to try and close him down, but he's going to get there way earlier, the goalkeeper, and send it way up for Joe Rodon to head away. Here's Sarah picking the ball up again on the right-hand side, and then plays it out wide to Stacey, and then plays it forward to Josh Sargent, who is tackled by Firpo, but the ball does roll through to Meslier there, and he can pick that one up. Meslier rolls that one out to Rodon now. Down the line to Archie Gray. And then poked back to Rodon again. A little chipped ball down the line from Rodon again. And we saw that a lot in the first leg. It did seem like Rodon a lot of the time when he didn't have the chance to play the ball to feet, chipped the ball down that touchline, and it often ended up with Norwich winning the ball back. So look out for that tonight as well, because, like I said, they pushed on to Ampadu and to Firpo and to Mellier's other options. So either they forced Meslier to go long, in which they win the ball back most of the time, or they forced it to go to Rodon, which also they win the ball back through either them playing out into touch or Leeds losing the ball away through a long ball. Somerville, I think, did he win Leeds a throw in there, or is it going to be a Norwich City throw in? It might be a Leeds. Oh no, it's a Norwich City throw in about halfway inside the Norwich half, just after Somerville was tackled when he tried to run past Jack Stacey there. Throwing in from Jack Stacey up to the halfway line, and Ampadu looked like he potentially pushed over Ashley Barnes, 2 hands in the back there, but it is Ashley Barnes, so he probably dived, and the referee didn't give anything. Here's Gruev, plays out to Firpo, and then Firpo back to Ethan Ampadu again. Ampadu to Kamara, gets it back off him. Now Meslier. Out to Rodon. Now Gray. Plays it back into Rodon, and Rodon gets fouled on the halfway line, and he can win himself a free kick there. Yeah, absolutely, CB. Good shout as well. If a goal goes in at either end in this game, please do not put it in the chat until I have reacted to it. Here's Firpo, because I won't have seen it, and it'll spoil it for me. Somerville does really well to win the ball back. He's coming into the side of the box now. Here's Somerville in the box, shoots over the bar, blazes that one from a tight angle. I don't think he was ever going to squeeze it in there. There was a potential that if he could have got it on target, though, it would have been saved down to the feet of Joel Peru, who was waiting anxiously in the box. Or Nonto, other players were following in, so just make sure, Somerville, you get it on target. Leaning back there, you're always going to blaze that one over the bar. You've just got to try and put it low and have it bounce off somebody. Thanks, John. Yeah, it's not the original, but it's, yeah, still pretty nice. Hi, freshly picked. Welcome. Ampadu to Firpo. I actually can't remember which it's one from the 90s, isn't it? One from the mid-90s. I can't remember exactly which year. Probably a year or two before I was born, I would imagine. Here's Gruev to Firpo. Now Somerville. Ampadu. Little long ball forward here from Ampadu towards Jorginho. It's Piru, actually, who can bring that one out the air, and then Angus Gunn nearly spilt it at the feet of Jorginho. Yeah, Ampadu does well with that long ball there, and Joel Peru just can't quite bring it down. You know, the only player who can bring that ball over the top down is Jorginho, so that's kind of why I was hoping and / expecting it to be him. Joel Peru obviously let that one bounce, and it allowed Gunn just the time to get there, but it's a ball to look out for tonight of Ampadu putting that one forward. And if Jorginho can get beyond Peru and take that down, there's always a chance of doing it. Thanks, Tim. Good shout. Somerville into Piru on the edge. Jorginho on the edge of the box. He goes to shoot. It's deflected away. Kamara drops it back off to Gruev. Here's Jorginho again. Jorginho out to Nonto, and then Nonto's passed down the line. He's cut out by Giannoulis there, and then Rowe can play it forward to Sargent, but it is cut out by Joe Rodon, and Norwich have won the ball back, but Joe Rodon wins it back again and tries to play it forward there to Nonto, but Leeds are going to win a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. Yeah, it's definitely a foul as just the player. I think it was, who was it? I think it was Nunez. Yeah, he just steps in front of Rodon and completely blocks him off, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. And yeah, so Jal's saying good start. Yeah, it definitely is a good start. We do feel like we're pushing and we're quite dominant here. Somerville and Gruev then standing over this one. Of course, the options are an outswinger or an in-swinger with this one, and having a little word with him now with each other to see who's going to take it and whereabouts they're going to put it in the box. Whistle goes. Gruev to take. Shoots! Oh, he scored! Gruev scored direct from the free kick! Oh my God, get in! Is that his first goal of the season? And what a time to get it! 6 minutes into this playoff semi-final second leg. Ilya Gruev scores straight from a free kick from way outside the box. Fantastic goal. Leeds 1-0 up in the playoff semi-final second leg now. Wow, what a moment that is for Gruev to get his first goal for Leeds. I'm pretty sure that's his first goal for Leeds. Somebody let me know if that's wrong, but I can't remember him scoring at any other time, and what an important time to do it. Somerville ran over the ball and then bang, puts it in the back of the net. He just saw that Angus Gunn was way too far over to his right-hand side, and Gruev just saw that amount of goal available and just squeezed it right in the corner. Fantastic goal. I don't remember him scoring either, Tim, so what a time to get your first goal for the club. Like, can you believe that? He's just whipped that in the bottom corner from there. Fantastic. Like, this is what I said. We needed to do this from the kickoff tonight and really go at Norwich and try and get an early goal, and that's exactly what we've done. So we've given ourselves the best possible chance here. Here's Jorginho. Still going here, Jorginho. Plays the ball. Oh, Peru, you could have let that go, but here's Archie Gray. Now Nonto down the right-hand side. He allows the Norwich player to get that then. Giannoulis is going after Nonto, and he seemed like he was having a bit of a go at him, and then they come away laughing, so hopefully that's okay. Now Gruev comes over to take this corner. It had to be direct though, Sajel, didn't it? It couldn't be someone winning a header or something. It had to be directly going in. Gruev then with one arm up, puts his corner into the box, comes into the near post, flicked on, but away to the edge of the area where Nonto can give it back out wide to Gruev again. Gruev shapes up to play it to the edge of the box here for Somerville. Now Nonto. Leeds being forced backwards a little bit by the team, Norwich bringing themselves out from the back, but Kamara forces them back with his dribbled run in towards the corner. Firpo back out to Ampadu, and now Gruev in the centre circle. Here's Rodon. Gray. Down the line to Nonto. Inside to Jorginho. And now Kamara tries to play it back to Joel Peru, but it's away by Duffy in the end. And now Sargent can try and pick that one up, but Firpo comes across and deals with that one. Here's Ampadu. 159 viewers and only 50 likes. Try and smash that like button, especially for that Gruev goal. Try and get to that 100 and then I'll shut up about it. Here's Gruev. Kamara. Back to Ampadu. I don't want to jinx it, but Sky have just put up a graphic saying when scoring first this season, Leeds have won 22 games and drawn 2 and lost 0 when we've scored first. But let's just not talk about that too much. Here's Gray. Ball back to Rodon now. Wagner is trying to push his players forward here to press Leeds. Meslier does a sensible thing and sends this one long. Headed away there by Duffy. Kamara wins it back to Somerville and then Firpo now. Firpo inside to Kamara. Somerville loses the ball. Now McLean back to Sarah again. Ball down the line there, but picked up by Leeds, but it is going to be a throw-in just on the halfway line to Norwich City there. That's Jack Stacey then throwing it all the way back to Duffy, and Leeds can potentially gain a few yards up the pitch here whilst Norwich play it around at the back. Here's Gibson into Nunez. Played out wide to Giannoulis. Now all the way back again to Gibson. Drops in again, this time Sarah now to pick up the ball. And now Gibson. Sarah again. You just feel like Norwich are trying to maybe have a little bit of possession here just to calm things down and take the sting out of the game. Here's Sarah, who tries to play it out wide here to Stacey. Good tackle there by Firpo, and it does enough to get the ball to Ampadu. Now, Firpo taken down there, but not a foul, and they can come forward again here, Norwich. Ball poked through to the edge of the box, but nobody there to pick it up other than Wilfred Gnonto. Gnonto plays it into Joel Piroux with a fantastic turn from Piroux. Advantage as the player did try and pull him back. Now the ball out wide to Somerville. Somerville's been called offside there from Piroux's ball forward to him. I'm not sure whether it was or not. It looked like he tried to pull his run back there, Somerville. I'll have to see that again because it looked like a tight one. Now Ashley Barnes to Jack Stacey, and then all the way back again to Duffy. Somerville and Piroux press here, but Nunez can find Gibson on the left-hand side. Here is Gibson. Plays that one forward into midfield for Josh Sargent to pick up, a great awareness there by Ethan Ampadu to win the ball back, but it does end up going up to Jonathan Rowe, and then it's a foul by Joe Rodon just outside the centre circle in the Leeds half, so it's going to be a free kick here to Norwich. Like Kenny McLean's going to take it, potentially short here to Nunez, but no, he plays a quick through ball forwards here to Giannoulis, who can get the ball across. He can't quite get it across because Archie Gray wins that one, and it's going to be a Norwich City corner kick. But Leeds need to be aware of things like that because Leeds were just not paying attention. Archie Gray just did not see that there was a man in behind him there. He did well to get back, Archie Gray, but his awareness needs to be a little bit better there. He needs to be checking his shoulders all the time to make sure that he hasn't got a player running in behind him. I think it's going to be Nunez then to take this corner kick, the holding midfielder. So Marcelino Nunez then shapes up to take this one. They've got Duffy, Barnes and more players in the box. Headed away by Jorginho at the front post. That was a very Leedsy corner. Here's Giannoulis, picks it up just inside the Leeds half. Now down the line. Can't quite tell who that is, but I think it's McLean actually. But Leeds win the ball back, and I think that's actually going to be a Leeds goal kick there. Gnonto's doing well to stay calm this game because I think a couple of players have already tried a little bit to get into it with him, but he's smiling and laughing them off, and he just needs to keep calm and play his game. It's just really zooming in on David Wagner's face. Here's Meslier. Plays it to Joe Rodon now. Joe Rodon looks to go down the line, chips a ball forward here towards Gnonto, but it goes all the way over the top of him and goes back again to Angus Gunn. See what I mean about Joe Rodon just chipping the ball down the line, kind of just hopefully, and it a lot of the time gives the ball away and goes to a Norwich City player. Here's Gibson though. Now Giannoulis in the left-back position, plays it inside to Jonathan Rowe. Archie Gray's on him like a flash. And now Jorginho could pick it up, and Jorginho felt like he was fouled there, but nothing given. Terrible touch there from Ashley Barnes, and now Leeds can pick it up. Here's Jorginho down the right-hand side. He's got quite a bit of room to run into. He's going to try and come inside here, then plays it to Gnonto. Gnonto's touch lets him down, and again, Norwich can come away with the ball here, but it's a foul on Gabriel Sara by Glenn Kamara, and it's going to be a free kick to Norwich about 10 yards outside of their box. But again, another good counter-attack for Leeds that we didn't really take advantage of. Just one or two little loose passes or loose touches, and the whole move goes away. So it's important that we get those moments right if we're going to try and play on the counter like this. Here's Gibson. Plays it all the way back now to Gunn. Long ball forward here. Won by Ampadu. Now Kamara drops it off nicely to Firpo. Firpo back to Ampadu as he's dropped off back into his centre-back position and plays it across to Joe Rodon. Now Ampadu. Ampadu into Rodon again. Seem to be playing quicker too, not giving them the chance to set up. Yeah, we do seem to be trying to go forward a little bit more and trying to be a little bit more progressive and penetrative with our passing. It's just that we just need to make sure that those touches and those passes are right, because otherwise they're just killing us. They're just taking the sting out of our attacks. Long ball forward here from Leeds towards Jorginho, headed away by Duffy. only as far as Jack Stacey, who can then turn and spin and clear that one up to the halfway line where Ampadu wins it back again. Now Somerville trying to win this one back, and Ashley Barnes has gone down with a proper alien flop there, and it's going to be a free kick to Norwich, just inside the Leeds half, but out on that far touch line in front of the family stand. Marcelino Nunez then stands over this one, plays it backwards. It's now Duffy, across to Gibson. Sorry, that's actually McLean, who's dropped between the two centre-backs and now given the ball to Nunez. Nunez to Gibson. Nonto is pressing him as he plays the ball back to Angus Gunn. Gunn's got options to play it short here, and he does. He plays it to Nunez. Now Gibson. Leeds are pressing them here and kind of forcing them into their own corner. Bit of a loose ball there, and then good ball from Rodon towards Peru, but Peru can't quite keep that one as he's tackled there. Good tackling by Marcelino Nunez. Here's Sara, who tries to play it forward to Josh Sargent, who then drops it out wide for Jack Stacey. Norwich with players coming forward here, and Stacey with a long raking ball out to try and find Jonathan Rowe on that left wing, and it just bounces away from him, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick, and Meslier can take a little bit of a deep breath there and collect himself for this next goal kick. Seen a little replay of it now. Gruev looked like he was actually saying to, and the replay, it looks like Gruev's actually saying to Farker, he's going, as if he's saying, yeah, do you want me to try and shoot? But yeah, he almost can't believe his eyes when that goes in, Gruev. His face is like, oh my God. Here's Nunez. Back underway here. McLean. Jonathan Rowe. Archie Gray trying to force him backwards here, but he's taken away by Nunez and then played back to Kenny McLean. McLean turns. And I think he's going to end up giving it back here, yeah, to Nunez, who's dropped between the centre-backs. Now McLean. Plays it down the line to Rowe, but he's still being forced backwards here. Back to Gibson again. Now Rowe on the left-hand side. That's Norwich's left, not Leeds' left. Gibson then looking for an option, waving his arms about a little bit, saying, where is my option? Plays it to Giannoulis and gets it back. Plays it to Giannoulis again. Then Giannoulis goes down under the challenge from Gruev, and it's going to be a free kick to Norwich City just inside their own half. Kenny McLean then looks like he's going to be the one to take this, and he just drops it off again to Nunez. Here's McLean again. He's gone down there under the challenge of Jorginho, and it's going to be yet another free kick to Kenny McLean. Now Nunez. Long raking ball, tries to find Jack Stacey or Ashley Barnes on the right wing, but instead he just splits them both, and it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Taken quickly, and now Ampadu has it. Plays it across the box to Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon with a good ball into Gray's feet. Gray down the line to Nonto here. Leeds have got players in the attack here. If Nonto can find Jorginho, great ball from Nonto into Joel Peru, and Leeds have made it 2-0! Leeds have made it 2-0! Ball over the top to Joel Peru, and he nods it in at the far post. Joel Peru makes it 2-0 to Leeds, and we are in dreamland at the moment. This is exactly what we wanted and exactly what we needed. What a ball that is from Wilfried Nonto. I thought, what is he doing? Just play it to Jorginho. He's running through. But yeah, this is why Nonto is a professional footballer, and I'm sat at home watching. Nonto plays a wonderful pass. A wonderful pass. Ball comes down the line to Archie Gray, who just pokes it past Giannoulis for Nonto. Nonto could have played the ball inside to Jorginho, but he just plays a ball to the far post, and what it does is it brings out Angus Gunn enough from his goal to force him to have to sort of give away his position, and then there's no way that Shane Duffy's going to get to that in the end. Joel Peru with a really cultured header under the arm of Angus Gunn, and then under the boot of Shane Duffy as well. And Joel Peru, you may well celebrate, because that is a fantastic goal. This is the Leeds that we've been pretty much all season. We just needed to rediscover it again, and where better to do it than Elland Road, where we've only lost 2 games all season. So fantastic start to this game. 20 minutes in, 2-0 up. Oh, God, I need to drink water after that. It's a flare on the pitch just behind the assistant referee. Assistant referee? Yeah. The linesman, whatever. Crossman 52 saying the bubble of stress is popped. Yeah, but let's not count our chickens quite yet, because there is a long time to go in this game. And if we can get a third one, then that obviously is going to really, really help us out. But 2-0 is a great scoreline to be 20 minutes into this game. Ball back now to Gibson. Now Giannoulis. Now Gibson. McLean. Giannoulis plays that one back there to Gibson. Now Ashley Barnes drops into midfield and plays it forward towards Josh Sargent. Josh Sargent's through on goal here. And Meslier makes what is a fantastic save. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Meslier throws out a long limb and makes a really, really good save there. Ampadu just can't quite get there. It's a really good ball from Ashley Barnes, but well done to Meslier for making that one-on-one save there. Fantastic stuff. Just stretches his body as big as possible and throws out a big glove and palms that one away. It's going to be a corner here to Norwich City. Leeds fans are currently throwing stuff at the corner taker. Ball comes into the near post, headed away by Jorginho again. Now Giannoulis. Back to Gibson, and Gibson's going to play it all the way back to Gunn, and Leeds can come out from the back. Gunn's going to send that one long again. Up towards Jonathan Rowe. And it's going to be offside against Jonathan Rowe, and Leeds can get underway again with a free kick. Yes, basic slash brackets funny. Yeah, that was an accident. That was a slip of the tongue. Yeah, Jorginho's definitely playing better as well. I think they're allowing him a little bit more space, and I'm not sure why that is totally, but yeah, it's certainly not something that we're going to complain about. Well, I mean, anything can happen in this game, but there's a potential that Norwich fans are going to be very angry with David Wagner for the way that he played the first leg, given the way that this leg's gone, because if they'd have really gone for it in that first half, there's a potential that they could potentially have got 1 or 2 goals up. But then you never know, because were they going for it full whack, but they're just not as good of a team as us. I mean, the league position would suggest that, but anything can happen on the day. Jorginho does really well there. Jorginho's still going. He's got Archie Gray going beyond him. He's still going, Jorginho, here down the right-hand side. He's looking for a cross here. He's going to eventually run into trouble there, but it's going to be foul by Jorginho in the end. After all that hard work. Liam B saying we're playing like we did before the international break. Yeah, it's very rare that Leeds actually turn up on a day like this. So to see this first 20 minutes has been really, really nice. They're not count away goals and stuff in the playoffs. I'm assuming you mean away goals. I don't think so anymore. They used to, but I don't think they do it anymore. Is McLean as he charges forward into midfield. Tries to poke that one out wide for Jonathan Rowe, but Nonto and Gray, combination of the two of them, do really well to get the ball off him here. Here's Nonto. Absolutely skins Nunez, and Nonto's flying into the midfield now. Nonto's run half the length of the pitch here. He's still going, and eventually he's brought down, and is apparently not a free kick. McLean, across to Giannoulis. Now Giannoulis again, gets it back off Gibson. Gibson into McLean. You can see they're trying to slow things down again a little bit here. Here's McLean. Back to Gibson. Out wide to Giannoulis, who plays it to Jonathan Rowe, but that's cut out there by Gruev well, and it's going to be a throw into Norwich just outside Daniel Farke's technical area. Gibson into Nunez in the midfield. Back there to Duffy, and then across again to Gibson. Now Giannoulis. He's got a man on him there, and Archie Gray's won the ball back. Here's Gruev. Now to Kamara. Kamara to Somerville. Somerville back to Kamara. Kamara running inside the box here. Gets it back to Somerville. Somerville tries to cut it across, but it is going to be a corner kick to Leeds here. Ball just doesn't quite get across. Then again by Somerville, it's going to be another corner after that short one ended up in a little deflected pass across the face of goal for a second time. Ashley Barnes is just shoving Firpo in the chest there, and then Ashley Barnes has gone down. Honestly, he's one of the world's worst knobheads, that guy. I can't stand Ashley Barnes. Yeah, he pushed Junior Firpo in the chest like 3 times, and then Junior Firpo pushes him back and he goes down. I hate that guy. He's trying to get someone sent off or trying to get someone carded here. Oh, God, I can't stand him, sorry, but he's one of the players that really annoys me. Come on, Firpo, head this in and just really, really give it to him. Somerville, short to Jorginho. Jorginho wins Leeds another corner here. Well, if we can just keep winning corners for the next 60 minutes, that'll be all right, won't it? Yeah, Sejal. Somerville, this one taken into the box, punched away there by Gunn, but Gruev can pick it up on the edge. He is being hounded there by Rowe, but now plays it back to Archie Gray on the halfway line. Now Nonto plays it back again to Archie Gray. Archie Gray with a long ball down the line there, nearly to Jorginho, but Gibson does get rid of that one. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Archie just accidentally hits the ball off a water bottle there, and he has to go back and get it. Gray takes it backwards here, this throw into Joe Rodon. Plays it all the way back to Meslier. Mellier's going to have to send this one long, and he does. I do like this. I like playing out from the back, but I do like the sort of pragmatism to know when it's best to go long from Meslier, and he has been doing it quite well over these last 2 legs. I know there was questions about his distribution in the first leg, but his choices to when to send it long and when to play short, I thought was good. Here's Kamara. Now Rodon. Now Ampadu. Kamara back to Ampadu again, and then plays it across the back line to Rodon. Rodon gives it back to Ampadu. This is more reverting to type, isn't it? I think what it's doing, having Peru on the pitch, is, especially if he stays forward in that position, like Michael Gott saying, is Peru's occupying their defenders, which means that you can have Jorginho floating in between the lines in that sort of that pocket between the defence and the midfield, which obviously is where he's been best this season. He's Gray. Back to Rodon again. Now Ampadu to Kamara. Now Kamara to Gruev. Ampadu. Rodon. Out wide now to Nonto. He's got Gray beyond him. And Jorginho's inside. Plays it to Gray. Now back to Jorginho. Tries to give it back to Gray, Jorginho there, but ends up just passing it straight to Jonathan Rowe. And that's going to be a Norwich throw-in just as Nonto makes that challenge on Gibson. Giannoulis then to take this throw-in. Actually I noticed it at kickoff, but I've only just noticed it again. The ball is gold, an EFL gold ball for the playoffs. Long ball forward, and then Rodon heads it away. Nunez wins it back here, and now Sarah can play it out to the other side for Jack Stacey, just running up towards the halfway line now. Kamara does enough to put him off and make him go backwards here. Here's Nunez inside the Norwich half. Plays it across to Gibson there as Gibson strides up to the halfway line and plays a long ball into the feet of Josh Sargent, but Ampadu deals with it really well there. Here's Nonto. Plays it back to Joe Rodon. Now Kamara. Got to be careful here because there's a man on him and he loses it, but then Joel Piroux can win it back and now Gruev has the ball. Gruev spreads that one out wide to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu can find Firpo out on the wing now and then play it back to Ampadu again. Here's Rodon. Rodon charges forward to the halfway line then, into Jorginho. Jorginho now plays it to Somerville out on the left-hand side. Somerville's got Firpo beyond him, and here is Firpo. Tries to get the ball across, and it's going to be another Leeds United corner as that one cannoned off the defender after Joel Piroux tried to get to it. Good move again there by Leeds. Jorginho almost doing too much, but still ended up with the ball at his feet. Poked that one out to Somerville, and then Firpo doing what he should be doing in that position and overlapping and getting the ball across. So I would imagine it might be Gruev or Somerville to take this one, depending on whether they want an in-swinger or an out-swinger. It's going to be Somerville towards the penalty spot, headed by Joe Rodon and just wide of the back post there. Maybe that was not as close as it looked from this angle. Let's have another look. So Somerville whips it in, and then Joe Rodon, he just doesn't get enough on it. He just glances him rather than getting a good powerful head on it, and it goes past Gunn's post with no real worries for him there. Long ball forward from Gunn there, and Jonathan Rowe was nearly through on goal when he chested that one down, but Archie Gray does so well to win it back and then come forward with it. Here is Archie Gray, drops it off to Nonto. Great work by Gray there. Now Gruev. Kamara back to Ampadu, and now Kamara again. Here's Firpo. Drops it back off again to Kamara. Ampadu now. Here's Rodon. Gray. And by the way, can we just say, I did say at the start that it might have been a mistake to go back to this formation. Hold my hands up. So far, so good. It's been really, really good going back to this and playing the football we like to see from Leeds this season. Leeds have just given the ball away, though. Here's Nunez. Plays it back again to Duffy. Sara cuts inside Somerville. Nunez now with the ball. Plays it back to Kenny McLean. McLean drops it off to Nunez, and Nunez now looks forward here to see if he can find a pass. He's got Sara outside him, but he tries to play it to McLean, and then Gruev picks it up and plays it down the line to Somerville. Back inside to Kamara. Kamara now to Joel Piroux as Leeds come forward. Now Nonto coming inside the box. Nonto shoots. It's very, very tame shot in the end, and Gunn can just pick that one up. Probably the wrong decision there from Wilfried Nonto. A little bit of deer in the headlights, I think, because he went through on goal there because he had an option to pull that one back to Jorginho or try to play it across to the back post for Somerville. Ended up with quite a tame shot into the gloves of Angus Gunn there. Ball back now to Duffy. Here's Gunn. Gunn. Back to Duffy again. Gunn's going to send that one long. Gray there does really well again to take the ball away from Barnes. Oh, he's done so well to take it away from Nunez as well. Now to Jorginho. Jorginho can't quite get it back to him. Come on, Jorginho. That was a 2-yard pass. Yeah, Archie's been playing really, really well. And then Nonto is fouled Giannoulis there, and he's going to apologise and get on with it again. What I did like, by the way, whilst Shane Duffy's recent antics have not been very nice at all, and I don't condone them in any way, when Ashley Barnes was being a knob and trying to push Firpo into doing something back to him and then falling over and stuff, he, what's his face? Shane Duffy went over to Ashley Barnes and just picked him up and said, stop being silly, which I enjoyed. because at least somebody on their team knows he's a knob as well. Divano JRV saying, come on Leeds, tractor fan. Yeah, thanks for the support, mate. We need it. Congratulations as well on going up. You thoroughly deserved it, and let's hope that we can do the job as well. Here's Gruev. Now Somerville. Somerville strides forward and finds Firp out on the left-hand side, but a really, really good tackle by Stacey there, and they're going to win the ball back here, Norwich. Long ball forward from Stacey. Up towards Ashley Barnes, who does really well to bring that down. Now Ashley Barnes is clearly obstructing Leeds from getting the ball there. Yeah, thank you. Leeds fans cheer sarcastically there. Archie Gray needs to not tell the referee when and when not to give yellow cards, because he can get in trouble for that. But yeah, I do think yeah, Ashley Barnes is just hovering over the ball there and obstructing it, crawling around on top of it. Oh, okay. So the yellow card was actually for Jonathan Rowe because he dived. The yellow card was on Jonathan Rowe because he dived. I think, as far as I know, that's who got the yellow card. Because it was a definite dive, by the way. Archie Gray just steps near him and he just goes, just drops to the ground like he's been shot. Jorginho's just gone to go and get some instructions from Daniel Farker, by the way, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 5 minutes if he's been given some specific instructions here. Leeds just taking the time over this free kick, as you imagine, and they're playing the ball back to Meslier now to take this one, just outside the box. I don't feel bad for Rowe. He blatantly dived and tried to get Archie Gray sent off because it would have been a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Here's now Rodon down the line to Gray. Gray does so well there. He's going to lose out, though, and it's going to be a throw into Giannoulis, who takes that one back to Gibson. Now across to Duffy. I think Archie Gray said something to Giannoulis there to try and wind him up. I'm not sure what. Gunn. Out to Gibson now. Dropped back off by Ashley Barnes to Gibson. Now into Rowe and back to Gibson again. Gibson to Giannoulis. Good tackle there by Joe Rodon. Now Kamara can play it forward to Nonto, who plays it back to Gruev again. Gruev plays that one to Gray, and then Gray, I would imagine, yes, goes back to Illan Meslier in the goal. Ball out wide to Firpo. Down the line here to Somerville. He's being harried and chased, but does well to get the ball back to Firpo. Firpo retains possession there and gives it back to Ampadu again and gets it back here, Firpo. Now Gruev in the midfield with it. Goes back to Firpo. Now Kamara, and then drop back off all the way to Ampadu again. 5 minutes to go then of this first half, plus whatever's added on, and I think Leeds have done exactly what you would have wanted them to do in a first half performance in a playoff semi-final second leg. We're 2-0 up, two very good, clever goals, and hopefully cruising into half time with this good scoreline. Here's Kamara. Now Ampadu. Gruev. Now Kamara again. Ampadu. Gruev. Kamara, sorry. Now Gruev. Leeds are being forced back a little bit here, but a good clever ball there from Leeds, and they can come forward here. Here's Joel Peru. Leeds have got a bit of a break on. Joel Peru down the left wing with a chance to get the ball across the box, and it's deflected away, but here's Somerville, tries to play it across. Here's Jorginho at the back post, and he scored! 3-0! Leeds have made it 3-0. Jorginho, I thought he'd missed. He was like 10 yards out. He's just smashed it in off the underside of the crossbar. Leeds lead 3-0 in the playoff semi-final second leg at half-time. What a game this is. Leeds United are smashing Norwich in the playoffs. What a time to score as well. Right before half-time, Leeds go into the break nearly 3-0 up. Jorginho with a finish at the back post. What a goal that is. Because they were pressing higher up. You can see that they were sneaking higher up and higher up. Good, clever ball into Joel Peru. And then Joel Peru just does so well to get around the left wing and get the ball across the box. It just flicks away from Somerville and he just pokes it to Jorginho, who just smashes it in off the underside of the bar. Somerville does so well to get that across to Jorginho. I don't know how he squeezed that in there. I mean, honestly, he couldn't have come any closer to missing that. It was actually Duffy that played it across to Jorginho, and he just absolutely pounds it into the underside of the crossbar. 3-0 up, 40 minutes in here. What a start. What a first half this has been. Wow. Wow. Here's Jonathan Rowe, and he's going to go down for a free kick there. It's going to be a free kick to Norwich, just about 10 yards inside the Leeds half. Leeds fans behind Meslier, you can just see they're all jumping up and down. The scarves are waving. Come on, Leeds. Bit of Bohemian Rhapsody in the chat from CB. It's going to be Sarah then to take this free kick and try and take it long into the box, I would imagine. Oh no, he's going to take it short here. Here's Giannoulis, and now he's going to put it towards the box here. Headed back across by Duffy. Away by Joel Peru, does well there. And now Nonto tries to win that one. Now Somerville can try and come forward with it. Here is Somerville. Somerville can play the ball forward to Nonto. Nonto's in on goal here. Nonto's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Nonto! Saved by the goalkeeper there and away. And it's going to be a throw into Leeds. But I think Nonto did actually elbow Giannoulis in the face there. But Giannoulis came down to chest level with Nonto to head that one. Nonto just needs to be a better finish. Although there's a chance he could have picked out Firpo at the back post there. Wasn't a great finish from Nonto, but to make it 4 would have put this game beyond all doubt if we'd have managed to do that. Oof. Well, that would have been an amazing way to finish the half, but as it is, it's still 3-0 to Leeds. And what a fantastic first half this has been. Giannoulis is still down here after that challenge by Nonto. It wasn't a foul. I think what Giannoulis put his head down to sort of shoulder chest height for Nonto, which, as you'll know, is not very high off the ground. So it's pretty dangerous to put your head down there if someone's going to try and chest the ball away from you. So, yeah, I just wish that chance would have been a little bit more central for Nonto. Norwich are actually having a conversation on the pitch. Gibson, Duffy, Barnes and Sarah were actually just stood in the middle of the pitch, sort of remonstrating with each other and having some sort of conversation about what they need to do. But yeah, you can imagine if this was the other way around, how Leeds would be feeling right now. Not only the fans, but the players as well, after such a long season. Here's Gruev. Now Rodon. Here's Ampadu. Firpo now. Ampadu again. Now Kamara plays it back to Rodon. Gruev. Out wide now to Gray. Gray tries to play it forward there, but Gruev can pick it back up again as Gibson did cut that one out, but now Gruev with it again. Here's Ampadu. Firpo now. Plays that one out wide to Somerville. Somerville can't quite keep it in because he wasn't sure whether Somerville was coming or going there, Firpo, and it ended up playing it kind of in between the two, and Firpo couldn't quite keep... Somerville couldn't quite keep that one in, but here's McLean. Jonathan Rowe now in the midfield, and Gruev's taking it away from him, tries to play the ball to Nonto, but a lot of players fell over there, but no fouls given. And the ball back down the line here towards Giannoulis. Gray's trying to catch up with him. He does really well there, Gray. Lee's trying to get players back here just to make sure that nothing untoward happens before half-time. Great tackle there by Glenn Kamara on Jonathan Rowe, and it was given offside anyway, but really, really good tackling there by Kamara because he was actually behind Jonathan Rowe there and managed to hook a leg either through his legs or around his legs. I couldn't quite tell which, but really good there from Kamara and really good coming back into position as well. Here's Ampadu. Out to Firpo now on the left-hand side. Now Ampadu again. Across to Rodon. Ampadu. Back to Rodon again. Evening, Alfie. Welcome. Now Gray out on the right-hand side, just inside the Norwich half. Gets it to Nonto and gets it back again. Now Rodon. 4 added minutes, by the way. We're a minute into that. So 3 added minutes to go. Ampadu. Now Piru. Tries to keep hold of the ball there and poke it forward, but he actually manages to get it back there, Piru. Piru cuts back on himself, and now he's going to give the ball to Kamara. Here is Kamara. Plays it back there to Ampadu. Now Somerville picks it up as he's dropped deeper to pick that one up. Here is Somerville. Into Nonto. Back to Piru again. Tries to play it down the line to Firpo. He does get it to Firpo. Firpo across. It's nearly Jorginho. Jorginho! Oh, and it's saved off the line there by Giannoulis, I think it was. Jorginho just cannot quite squeeze that one in. God, that was close. Jorginho, all he had to do was lift it over the defenders who were sliding along the ground. Firpo got the ball right across there and the goalkeeper palmed it out straight to Jorginho and he just couldn't quite get there. Jonathan Rowe came in from behind, got a little bit of a touch on it, and I think then Jorginho couldn't quite get anything on it enough to get it past Giannoulis, but Leeds nearly just made it 4 for the second time. Really good defending there. Last-ditch defending there by Giannoulis and Jonathan Rowe. Here's Gruev with the corner into the box. Headed there by Firpo, and I think that was going to go straight out for a goal kick. Minute and a half then left of this additional time on this first half. And Leeds hoping that they can maintain this lead going into half-time because what a first half that will be. Here's Gunn then sending everybody forward for Norwich. Long ball forward. Way up towards Ashley Barnes, headed away by Joe Rodon, and now Somerville can pick it up. Here is Somerville. Plays it to Nonto out on the right-hand side. Nonto comes inside a little bit now and then pokes the ball out wide to Archie Gray with the outside of his foot. Here's Nonto, gets it back again. Now Rodon. Gruev. Plays it across to Ampadu. Back again to Gruev. Yeah, Piru's playing really well. Like, I don't understand where that, like, if this is what he's capable of, then love it. I would have him in the team every week, but he's not performed like this ever, really. He's trying to run in behind. He's trying to carry the ball. He's doing really well at doing so. I'm really happy with the way that Piru is playing. I like this side of him, and I've not really seen it before, which is a shame, really, considering that he was brought in to be the number 9 and to be the striker, but he's having a fantastic game. Here's Rodon. Now Ampadu. Now Ampadu again. Back to Melier. Long ball forward here towards Piru, but that one's going to go out for a throw into Norwich City. But that is going to be the half-time whistle. Leeds then go in at half-time in this second leg of the playoff semi-final. 3-0 up. What a fantastic performance it has been so far. I'm just going to go and quickly fill up my water bottle. Get your comments in about this first half so far. Any potential substitutions you'd like to make later on in the game. Anything like that. Let me know down in the comments below or in the live chat down below, should I say. And I'll be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back soon and we'll discuss that first half and what should be the plan for the second half. So see you in a second. Hello, I am back. Whew. So Liam B saying one of our best first halves for a while. Yeah, it is, and a lot of people said it throughout the first half. But I think it's a very good point that it's reminiscent of how we were playing before the international break, especially when we were on that ridiculously long run of fixtures where we just kept winning and we just kept getting results against teams. But this as well was not even just getting the result; it's just really, really, really fantastic sort of first half performance. I mean, where has that first half performance come from Joel Peru? He's been unbelievable. He's been incredible in that first half. The way he's getting the ball and drifting out to the wing, using his left foot to whip the ball across the box and doing all these things that you're just like, well, where's this been all season? I mean, if there's a time to show it, then it's certainly in the playoffs, and hopefully you can carry that into the playoff final if we get there. But come on, he's been fantastic. Somerville's been good going down the left. Nonto's been instrumental. I think Gruev and Kamara have been really, really good. Pretty much everybody is playing really, really well in this game, and I'm so happy with that first half performance. Of course, I questioned a little bit the lineup, which I'll put on the screen now. I questioned the lineup because we went back to 2 in midfield, and we were thinking, well, why are we going back to that? But what I think has happened a little bit as well is that what David Wagner has done has played into Leeds' hands, because I think by him not playing Sainz and him playing Ashley Barnes instead, Sainz was more likely to drift back and come into this midfield and actually move out to actually come back into this. It's just because somebody just said that have clear, intelligent and informative commentary, and I literally thought about that and then messed up all my words. But Sainz, I think he drifted back into the midfield. He's a lot more, I was going to say a little bit, but a lot more mobile than what Ashley Barnes is. Ashley Barnes has been dropping into the midfield and playing long balls forward, as you saw with the one that put Josh Sargent through on goal. That was a fantastic ball. But Ashley Barnes is not a midfielder, and he doesn't play that role particularly well. What I think Sainz did well in the first half was drift back inside, and a lot of the time I was going, oh, Nunez picks up the ball because he was in that position, and I go, actually no, that's not Nunez, that's Sainz, who was actually supposed to be playing kind of out on the left wing, slash in that sort of wide number 10 role. And so when he was coming inside, he was packing the midfield a little bit more, and it was making it more of an even game in that away fixture at Norwich. But I think what David Wagner, I'm mixing the two. David Wagner has done is taken him out and put Ashley Barnes in, thinking that he's going to be more of an attacking threat. But what it has done is taken away from their midfield capabilities and allowed us, even though we have only got 2 in the midfield, to run that midfield, and we have been absolutely running it. Kenny McLean and Marcelino Nunez have probably been 2 of their best players, but they haven't particularly been able to impose themselves on the game because they haven't got anyone to come back and link it forward, and they just haven't done that job very well. Leeds, on the other hand, Glenn Kamara and Ilya Gruev have been fantastic, and Ilya Gruev his cleverness and his footballing IQ has been epitomised by that goal that he scored, because the goalkeeper just was not expecting that. He's over at his far post, and he's turned back to Daniel Farker, and he's going like this, should I shoot? And of course he does then shoot, and he puts it in the back of the net. And the second goal, I was thinking, play it inside, and Nonto then whips it over the top. It's actually like a lofted, curled ball over the top for Joel Peru. And what a pass it is, because it's in that corridor of uncertainty. People should have a bingo card for me mentioning things like that. But Nonto puts it right in between the goalkeeper and the defenders, and therefore the goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come or go. And Duffy ends up trying to cover instead of trying to go to the ball, and it ends up with him being able to. It ends up with Peru being able to get through and score the header. And then, of course, I'm talking through the replays, by the way, if you didn't know. This is the one where we're talking about Ashley Barnes. Fantastic ball through to Josh Sargent, but Meslier got out so well, spread himself, and did really, really well to put the ball out of play with that save. And then Peru with the third one across the box, and it fortuitously falls for Jorginho at the back post, and boy does he smash it. Absolutely smashes it off the underside of the crossbar into the back of the net for 3-0. And Leeds living in dreamland at the moment. There was opportunities to make it 4, a couple of opportunities to make it 4. Should I make Corridor of Uncertainty merch? There was a super chat that just came in a minute ago. Drinks are on me, putting £2 behind the bar. Mr. P says, "Thank you, Mr. P, so much for the super chat. Really appreciate putting that in." Justin Odell saying Gruev is man of the match for me. Yeah, Gruev's been having a fantastic game. I think his distribution's been good. His tenacious tackling, his ability to win the ball back is always something that is appreciated by the Leeds fans, and especially we love a holding midfielder, don't we? Sorry, where were we going? Chewbacca saying, "I can't take my eyes off this game, even though I'm 15 seconds behind Max in the stream, freezing every couple of minutes." Well, as long as you can somewhat watch it, that's all that matters, because Leeds are currently 3-0 up in this playoff semi-final, second leg at Elland Road. Mr. P said, "So far we are playing like a team again," and absolutely we are. This is what I mean. I can't think of a single player who's not having a good game, or all stringing things together. And what I think is good as well is that even when we're later on in this game, if we are still 3-0 up, or potentially more going into the latter stages, we can make subs and we can start resting players for the playoff final. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's hope that we can go and continue on this performance so far, because so far we've been absolutely fantastic. Mr. P saying, all props to Melier. Great save at a very important point in the game. It was, wasn't it? Because then that gave us a platform for still be 2-0 up to then go on to score that third goal. Mr. Sajal's comment. Sajal said, "Is this the best performance of our season?" I think it's certainly up there. It's one of the best first halves of football that we've played all season. It's definitely up there with that, because he's got it all right, Farker, so far this game. We've been really, really, really good. A couple of people saying marching on together. Justin Odell saying, "Are you hoping for Southampton or West Brom for the final?" I think West Brom, given the fact that, yes, we've pretty much struggled against both teams this season. I think that West Brom have less talented players. Shall we say that? West Brom are a very good team, and they've got a very good coach. But against us, I think I would back Leeds more against West Brom than I would against Southampton. So that would be who I would pick. Of course, it would be a story for Sky to run about Carlos Corberán, of course, being in charge. Not in charge, but in charge of the under-21s, and then being promoted to the first team assistant coach under Bielsa. They'd run that story, but I still think it's a better option than playing against Southampton. I think a lot of people saying that too, because Southampton, of course, Chewy Backer saying they did us home and away. So I think I'd rather have that. Not that us saying which one we'd rather have is going to have any impact or outcome, on the outcome of that tomorrow night. But hopefully we get West Brom. That's what I'm hoping for. Don't forget we were apparently after Corberán as well. Yeah, that's another one to add into the mix as well. That was one of our potential targets, wasn't it? If Firpo's team talk made this happen, make him captain. I think it was a bit of a combination. I think the reason that Firpo did that is because Ampadu was on the halfway line doing the coin flip. So therefore, someone had to say something to the team whilst they were waiting for him. Otherwise, they would just be stood awkwardly in a circle. And I think Firpo took it upon himself to say that. So that's good. And obviously, then Ampadu came back and did his talk as well. But yeah, I mean, come on. We're just really, really hoping to cruise to victory now and get a couple of extra goals and then rest some players. Ayo, I'm not really sure what you mean about West Brom being a bogey team. West Brom, we've not particularly looked amazing against them this season, but in the last times we played them, we beat them like 5-0 in the Premier League, and there was other ones as well where we beat them. So they're not a bogey team, but I do think that we have more of a chance against them than we do against Southampton. Hope Farke's telling the players not to ease up and carry on what they're doing. Same here, really, because I think the amount of energy, the difference between sort of cruising along and trying to play out like just for a clean sheet and not go for anything else to actually going for the win, I think sometimes is quite negligible. I don't think there's much difference between actually really going for it to get an extra goal and to not really try to get an extra goal. And the reason for that is that sometimes when you give up possession and just try and defend and stuff, you do end up doing a lot of running around anyway. So a lot of the time you do less running when you keep the ball and when you try and play possession football and try and be the dominant side. So hopefully we see a little bit of that in the second half. Karen Curtin saying I'm going 5-0 Leeds. Hopefully Leeds go and put some extra goals in the back of the net there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a poll and do the subs. So if you're new to the channel, we predict how late Farke's going to make his subs. 1 second. And we just do this as a bit of a laugh and see who gets it right. Just because it's funny how late he makes his subs sometimes, and people get frustrated at it, so we make a bit of a game out of it instead. Add that. There we go. So you should now be able to vote on when you think the first subs are going to be coming on. Chewbacca saying we were ripping them apart on the break near the end of the first half, so giving them ground could mean more counter-attacks. Yeah, that is true. And of course, Norwich now in 45 minutes of football have to score at least 3 goals. So like they're gonna have to come out. They're gonna have to try and come and do something against us now. And of course, that's probably going to leave more gaps at the back for them. So either they go, okay, we've lost 3-0, let's just give up, or and try and defend and try and not get embarrassed, or they go and try and win it, and it's the playoffs. You've got nothing to lose. You have to just go for it. And so I think what that'll do is allow us even more space in behind. Mr. P saying if we can get a fourth, might be time to try Joseph, Joffy, James, and probably even Cresswell, give them a run out and a chance to stretch their legs and prepare them for an emergency call-up in a match. Now, I've done this a few times over my Leeds Lately sort of career, right? But I've called it perfectly. David Wagner is now bringing on Borja Sainz, who I said he's actually bringing him on for Josh Sargent, but I said Borja Sainz was really, really good in that first leg, and I think not starting him was a mistake, and he's now bringing him on. So I'm a better manager than David Wagner. You heard it here first. But yeah, I'm not sure why he's taken Sargent off rather than Ashley Barnes, but either way. CB agreed. Players are heading back out onto the pitch now. I know he's been in fantastic form and fine fettle, as they say, Josh Sargent, over the recent weeks. Just putting the lineup on the screen now for you to have a look at. And of course, make sure you hit that big red button down below the video to become part of the Leeds Lately crew. I'm just going to get ready to play this second half timer any second now. And Ashley Barnes is just about to get us underway in this second half, and you can just see of white in that crowd where Leeds are holding up all of those white scarves. Referee just looking at his watch, and take your time, ref. And we are underway now in the second half of this game. Leeds now kicking towards the Kop end. Here's Duffy. Now Gibson. Gibson plays that one back to Angus Gunn. Gunn. Now Gibson. Out wide. And then into the feet of Ashley Barnes, who's tackled well there by Ampadu. Now Jorginho running towards the edge of the box. Tries to get it inside the box. And now Joel Peru! Oh, what a save by Angus Gunn. Joel Peru was one-on-one with the goalkeeper inside the box. You'd always back him to bag that, but he just didn't. Here's Joel Peru again inside the box. Plays it back out to Somerville. Norwich already at 6s and 7s in this second half. Now Firpo. Back to Kamara. Now Somerville. Somerville comes inside now and pokes that one back to Ampadu. Gruev. Out wide to Gray. Now Nonto. Hi Robert, welcome. Yeah, this game should have been 4-0 3 times over. It should be 6-0 with the chances that we've had. I mean, maybe that Nonto one you could say is not the easiest chance, and it's not a set in stone that he should have scored that one. But that Joel Peru one that just at the start of this half he really should have bagged. He's Gruev. Gruev fouled there by Ashley Barnes. He's just gone straight through the back of him. That's got to, oh no, it's not Ashley Barnes, it's Kenny McLean, but that's got to be a yellow card. He's just kicked him right through the back of the legs there. I can't believe that we didn't score there, you know. Somerville just plays it back to Joel Peru. Oh, I tell you what, I've never seen a shot more down the middle than that Joel Peru shot then. He just hits it straight down the middle, either side of the goalkeeper, and it's 4-0. He's got to be a goal there from Peru. Now, Firpo. Back to Ampadu. Now Firpo again. Back to Ampadu again. And now Melier. Out wide to Rodon. Rodon down the line to Nonto, and yet again Nonto's played it into touch. The current lineup for Norwich now: Gunn, Stacey, Duffy, Gibson, Giannoulis across the back line, then Nunez and McLean unchanged. And what has changed is Sainz comes on that left wing, and Gabriel Sara and Barnes are the other midfielders, with Jonathan Rowe now is playing as a lone striker, I think. But actually, no, I think it's more like that Ashley Barnes has gone and played as a striker, just as Leeds give away a foul against Jonathan Rowe there. So it's going to be a free kick to Norwich just inside their own half. It looks like Ashley Barnes is going to play as the lone striker now instead of Josh Sargent, which does make more sense than Jonathan Rowe being the out-and-out lone striker. Don't know why Sky thought it would be Rowe and not Barnes, but I can literally see that Barnes is stood the furthest up in the middle, so that's where the striker stands. Here's Rowe. Out wide to Stacey now. Got Gabriel Sara inside, but Firpo does well to force him backwards there to Duffy. Here's Nunez now. Now Duffy. Nunez has got a name that I like saying. Marcelinho Nunez is a very nice name to say, so I like saying it. Sara across the midfield now into McLean, who plays it out wide here. Oh no, now it's McLean, sorry. Somebody else played it out wide to him, and he goes to shoot, and he absolutely sliced that one, and it actually goes out for a throw-in. It's that bad of a shot, and Leeds fans are sarcastically cheering that there, because that was one of the worst shots I've seen. He cuts back inside here, and then he's just off balance, and he just completely slices it. So Archie Gray then to take this throw-in. Long throw-in taken down the line. Joel Peru tries to pick it up, but it just bounces away from him. Now Stacey, all the way back to Gunn. And now here is Gibson, who plays it into the midfield, picked up here by Sainz. Now back again to Gunn, who sends that one long and forward. Headed by Ampadu. Now Kamara flicks it onto Somerville. Somerville tries to flick it onto Jorginho there. Leeds have still got the ball somehow, but that is a foul on Joel Peru. Is the referee not given that? The referee hasn't given that foul on Joel Peru. Bamford sat in the stands here with Sam Byron watching. Peru should have scored, definitely. But he has already got a goal, so he gets a little bit more slack for that. Here's Gruev. Now Nonto. Cuts back. Now Jorginho again. Plays the ball down the line to Archie Gray. Can Archie Gray get a good delivery into the box here? He does get it in the box. Here's Somerville! Heads it over the bar. Not often you see Somerville getting on the end of a header, but a good ball in there by Archie Gray, and Somerville does get on the end of it. It just gets under it there, and it goes over the bar, just as Jorginho played the ball down the line to Archie Gray, and he just let it run in front of him until he could get a good cross into the box, and then, of course, like I mentioned, Somerville just gets under that one. A difficult chance, to be fair, difficult glanced header finish that he had to try and do, but it does go wide in the end. Now Somerville coming inside the box again here. Here is Somerville. Tries to get the ball across. Headed. Saved away by the feet of Angus Gunn there. And it's going to be another Leeds throw-in, I think. Leeds won the ball back here through Glenn Kamara, who played it into Somerville. And then Somerville goes outside and plays that one. And I think it was going to be a throw-in there. I can't quite tell. Yeah, Peru's header was very nicely finished. Oh, yeah, it is a corner. It's a corner, actually. So Somerville to take. Joel Peru looks absolutely knackered, by the way. Somerville with one arm up. Ball comes into the box. Away at the front post by Firpo himself. A bit of a weird corner there, but it's expected if you're a Leeds fan, isn't it, for us to take terrible corners. And it's going to be, of course, a Norwich goal kick. Too early, Sajal. Ask me in the 80th minute if we're still 3-0 up. Here's Ampadu. Heads it forward to Sara. Now Firpo wins it back. Ampadu's going to play that one all the way back to Meslier there. Meslier who's going to go with his right foot and send that one long up the pitch towards Joel Peru. Headed away by Gibson. Now Giannoulis can pick it up. Inside now to Sainz. Here comes Sainz. Good tackle there by Gruev, but I think the contribution of Jorginho to that tackle has made it into a free kick on Sainz. So it's going to be a free kick just inside the Leeds half, I think. Yeah, just inside the Leeds half. Now Stacey. Back to Duffy. Now Nunez. Little flick there by Giannoulis. And now Sainz has it and he can play it down the line here. Back inside to Sara. And Kamara's come across to try and get that. And now Jorginho's won the ball back. Here is Jorginho. Plays the ball out wide to Somerville. Leeds have got a little bit of an overload here. Here's Somerville coming inside the box. Plays it to Joel Peru. Joel Peru, another good save there by Angus Gunn. Keeps the scoreline down to 3-0. But Leeds really could have had another... Joel Peru could have had a hat-trick by now. That's not a foul because Jack Stacey came inside and dived on the floor. Here's Somerville. Just loses out there and then the ball played out wide to Gabriel Sara. Firpo chasing him down, though, inside his own half. Now Jack Stacey tries to play the ball forward to Jonathan Rowe. He does well to turn Gruev there, and Gruev is going to pull him back and get himself a yellow card here. So Gruev now on a yellow. Have you got Connor Roberts on the bench? Because now that Gruev's on a yellow, I would like potentially, if the game stays like this, to see Archie Gray come into the midfield and Roberts go back to right back just to stop Gruev getting himself a second yellow. It was a more difficult finish, that one, by the way, for Joel Peru. It was a little bit wide. It was a little bit of a difficult finish to make, considering how big Angus Gunn is and how well he spread himself there. But yeah, it's important to note that. But some of his other chances, I mean, the one where he was one-on-one in the middle of the goal and just smashed it straight at the goalkeeper, you've got to be doing better. Here's Nunez. Now Sara. Back again to Angus Gunn and then out wide to Gibson here. Leeds, second half, 5 shots, 3 on target, 8 touches in the opposition box. They've had 1 shot, 0 on target, 0 touches in the opposition box. That's how dominant we've been in this second half so far. Here's Somerville. Looking for a way to get the ball out wide here, and he does. Good ball out wide to Archie Gray. Archie drops it back off now to Kamara and then gets it back again. Now Kamara. Here's Gruev. Rodon. Somerville. Good awareness there by Somerville to know when to play that one back. Here's Ampadu. Ampadu gets it back again off Rodon. Now Firpo. Long ball forward with his right foot here to great header there. And Somerville's through on goal here. Oh, Somerville gets tackled in the end. Jorginho won the header there from that long ball forward from Firpo, and Somerville was just through on goal. He kind of gave up, though, halfway through. And now Borja Sainz picks the ball up on the left wing and he comes forward with it. It looks like a dangerous move here for Norwich, and it's going to be a yellow card now to Jorginho this time as he tried to slide in and get the ball back off Borja Sainz. And it is a yellow card. But Leeds need to be careful to stop giving away these yellow cards here, because eventually someone might get a red. $137 likes. Let's get to 150 at least. What a good shout, CB. Let's get to 150 likes then, people. We've got 200 in the chat at the moment, so plenty enough to just add a few more likes. Only 13 more likes. Well, he's already put one away, Dick Dastardly, so he's doing well on that front in terms of the fact that we're already this score up in the game, but he just needs to get his shooting boots back on. Well, I think this is the trade-off, isn't it, actually? Joel Perou's having the game of his life in terms of creating things and doing well in every other aspect, but his shooting's lacking, and usually he's crap in every other aspect, and when it drops to him, he just bags it, but he doesn't get that many chances. This game has kind of been the total opposite, which is kind of what you get from Bamford. Kamara brought down there, but I think it's a play on there. There's no foul. Here's Ampadu. Cross now to Rodon. Now to Meslier, who's going to have to play that one back to Rodon. Bit dodgy ground there, but Rodon chips it forward here to no one again down the right-hand side. Telling you, this is an issue for us. Here's Gunn. Now Gibson. Allowing Norwich a little bit more of the possession here, but I'm guessing that the plan is to try and hit them on the break and score another one. But time's ticking. Only half an hour for them to get 3 goals, so hopefully Leeds can do well like they've just done there and win the ball back. Joel Peru can't quite get it back to Somerville there, but Leeds nearly starting on another counter-attack. Here's Sarah. Now Gibson again. The Ampadu song rings out around Elland Road. Nunez. Now Kenny McLean, and then passes it back to Marcelino Nunez. Now Gibson. McLean. Bad tackle there by Kamara, and it's going to be a free kick to Norwich. And I think, nope, no card or anything for Kamara. I think he's fairly lucky to get away with that. Let's end that poll now. Hey, 150 likes. Thanks, everybody. Just taking some time over this here, and I think the referee is swapping his bottle of spray for the free kicks and stuff. Potentially. Yeah. That's a weird one. I've not seen that one before. I think we're now underway again here, yeah. Now here's Borja Sainz. Comes across the midfield here and then plays a nice ball out to the wing, but Firpo does really well to come across and pick that one up, and then Meslier can send that one long. Here's Sarah. Now Gibson. Now Nunez. Here's Sarah. Drops it back off to Gibson again. Gibson still with the ball here, kind of twisting himself in knots. Gives it to Sarah, who's almost taken up a left-back position now to try and gain some control of this game. Long raking ball out to the right-hand side here for Norwich. And here's Jack Stacey trying to come inside the box, cleared away there by Ampadu. It's going to be a throw-in to Norwich just outside the box. But Leeds need to be aware of this, that we don't get caught on the break ourselves by long balls forward, because Jack Stacey was in behind there. Leeds need to be careful here. Here's Sarah. Now Jonathan Rowe. Now Nunez. And Duffy here. Now McLean. Has to go backwards there because Leeds have kept a good shape here. And Leeds, as they play backwards, can slightly come out every time they do and gain some yards. Here's Duffy. Pokes it forward to Stacey now on the right-hand side. Stacey forced backwards there by Nonto with some good defending. Now Sarah tries to play it forward, cut out by Kamara. Now Firpo, but Kamara was fouled there anyway by Jonathan Rowe, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Yeah, because Jonathan Rowe is already on a yellow card, remember, and he's just gone through the back of Glenn Kamara. It's not a yellow card, I don't think. I think he's just jumped across his path. I don't think he meant to actually clip him. Yeah, it's a silly thing to do from Rowe, but I don't think he meant to actually... Well, maybe he... I don't know. I can't tell. For me, it didn't look like he tried to knock him over there, but he's running a risky game either way for himself, getting a yellow card and, of course, getting a second yellow card and getting sent off. Another change for Norwich. 2 changes, actually, looks like. Fastnacht getting ready and another player. Who's the other one? Don't recognise the other one. Wow, Chewbacca, that's terrible. So 2 more substitutes then for Norwich here. Of course, Daniel Wagner feels like he has to do something because whatever's happened in the dressing room at half-time hasn't really had the desired effect, considering Leeds have still had the better of the game in this second half so far. Still haven't made the subs though, and I'm not sure what's taking so long. So Giannoulis comes off from the left-back position. Oh, so it's McCallum that's come on at left-back, and actually Gibson has come off the centre-back, and Fastnacht has come on. So they're going to have 1 less player at the back. Referee blows his whistle, so we are going to be underway again here. Here's Ampadu. Plays that one back to Meslier. Joe Rodon has dropped out wide, and he plays it to him. Here's Joe Rodon. Please don't play a little chipped ball down the line here. Oh, plays it to the feet of Archie Gray. Archie Gray manages to somehow get it to Somerville. Somerville still going here, even though Borja Sainz was trying to foul him. Now Jorginho. Leeds have got the advantage. Jorginho is fouled there, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. I think he's going to pull it back to the first one in the end. Yeah, it's pulled back to the original one. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds here. Out on the right-hand side, and it's going to be, again, Gruev and Somerville to have a look at this one. Imagine if Gruev does the same thing again. I mean, there's no chance because the goalkeeper's going to be aware of it this time, but you can see now, this is where Gunn should have been on his first free kick, but he was too far over towards his right-hand post. As you look at the goal, the left-hand post, he was too far over, and that's what allowed Gruev to do it. Somerville runs over it. Gruev again puts it in towards the back post, headed back across by Ampadu and then headed away by Duffy. Brought down inside the box, though, by Joe Rodon. Now, Firpo tries... Oh, sorry, it's actually Jorginho tries to play it back through to Kamara. Ampadu's still down here holding his head, but I think the ball just must have hurt then. Don't think it's anything else. Let's have a look. Ball comes across. Oh, no, I think he actually headbutted the back of Jack Stacey's head there, Ampadu. So that's not even him just time wasting. He's actually headbutted the back of someone's head, which does hurt, by the way. Parag Marate is, well, he's not exactly smiling, but he should be very happy considering considering the scoreline right now. Although you can argue that we should never have been here in the first place. Here's Gunn. Oh no, he just rolls it to whoever that is that I can't see. Here's Gunn now. He sends it long up towards the halfway line. A little bit of a miscommunication there in the end, but Ampadu manages to get it back to Meslier. Meslier sends that one long. A little bit of a slice on that, but it still goes out to the wing. Headed away by Duffy. I don't think Nonto was ever going to win a header against Duffy here, but the ball given away by Kamara, and now McLean comes forward with it and pokes it out to the left wing for McCallum. McCallum allowed to cross the ball into the box here, headed to the edge by Rodon, and now Borja Sainz tries to shoot and away by Ampadu. Well there. Leeds just need to be careful that we don't start letting chances slip here, but in the start of this second half, we were still creating stuff. We just need to We just need to try and ensure that we. I just need to try and ensure that we stay on top of this game and don't let them get back into it, because once they've got a goal, the belief starts to come back a little bit and they really, really go for it. His fast-knacked. Drops it off now to Duffy. Now, Sarah back to Duffy and then back all the way to Angus Gunn. Now, McLean. Sarah. McCallum inside to Borja Sainz. Sainz has done really well to go past Gruev there, and Gruev can't touch him because he's on a yellow card, and then ball flicked towards a couple of Norwich players, but it's going to be a free kick to Leeds for offside against the Norwich players who were going through there. Yeah, he was offside there, actually, Ashley Barnes, and that's a really good shout from the linesman there. You've got to give it to him. Ashley Barnes again whinging. Yeah, when doesn't he? He's Melier. Plays it out to Rodon. Little lofted ball from Rodon towards Jorginho. Peru can pick that one up, though. Now Kamara. Back to Somerville again, and Leeds can run towards the Norwich City goal here. Here's Nonto. Nonto shoots! Saved by the goalkeeper. And a cross by Firpo! 4-0! Firpo assists Somerville. 4-0. And Leeds are going to the playoff final now. It is beyond doubt. Unless they score 4 goals in 20 minutes, which would be one for the record books, Leeds are now 4-0 up and hopefully heading to the playoff final. Good strike there by Nonto, palmed away by Gunn, and Firpo was there like a flash to play it back across to Somerville. They just give the ball away there again, Norwich, and now Somerville plays it to Nonto. Nonto shoots. He's onside there, Firpo, by quite a way, and he just pulls it back to Somerville, who does really well there, just to stand back. And watch Somerville, right? If you're watching the game, watch Somerville. When that shot goes in, he just stops. And sometimes standing still is the best thing you can do to get yourself space in the box. Just wait a second. Everybody else is going to be like some sort of gravity well. They're going to be pulled to the ball and pulled to the goal. All the defenders are going to go in and try and stop it on the line. But if you just stop and you just hold for a second, you're in so much space to just get the ball to your feet. Nonto has just been substituted, by the way. And Daniel James has come on. God, imagine you being 4-0 down in the playoffs and you bring off Wilfred Nonto. You're like, oh, thank God for that. He's been running rings round us. Oh, sorry, they've brought on Dan James, the fastest player in the championship. Yeah, I think you'd be very worried about that. He's fast-knacked, but now cleared away by Jorginho. Only as far as McLean, though. Plays it into Borja Sainz now. Here is Sainz. Good tackle there by Piru, and Leeds can come forward again here through Somerville. Somerville still going down the left-hand side here. He's got Kamara behind him. Borja Sainz still trying to take it off him, and then Stacey just goes right through Somerville, and that's going to be another Leeds free kick. Am I the only one that hears car engine noises when DJ goes on a run? It's the F1, and it's like... He's so quick. Sometimes you see him and you just go, God, he's quick. It's just, actually, I'm too empathetic, me. I just saw some of the Norwich fans in the stands like this, looking really sad, and I was like, oh, bless them. I actually feel sorry for them. Apart from Ashley Barnes, they're actually a very inoffensive club, Norwich, and I've never really had anything against them. But doesn't mean that I'm not happy that we're absolutely trouncing them in this game. We know how it feels, though. That is true, Chewy. That is true. David Wagner just sort of looks into the distance, plays it back here to not David Wagner. Nunez played it back, and now Stacey has it. But Kamara can just pick it up again. Plays it to Gruev now. Gruev to Rodon. Now Firpo. Who got the timing right, by the way? I'm pretty sure it was like the 66th minute. So whoever said 61st to 70th minute, congratulations, you were right on our little sub-prediction game. Is Gruev, Sarah. I don't know how I could possibly get them confused. Pulled down the line to Sainz here, but tackled there by Rodon. Well, it's going to be a throw into to Norwich just inside the Leeds half, and they throw it back across the halfway line to Kenny McLean, who's actually almost playing as a centre-back now. Here's Sarah. Ball forward again to Sarah from Sainz. Sarah's ball back to Sainz is just straight to Jorginho, and now Jorginho can poke it forward. He's still going to get there, Jorginho. Oh, tackled there by Stacey. Really heavy touch by Jorginho. Didn't need to do that. Jorginho's just fallen over in the midfield on his own. Headed away there by Joe Rodon, but Joe Rodon's gone down as he's been hit in the face a little bit there. I think Joe Rodon took a bit of a whack in the face. Mateo Joseph is now going to come on, and so is Jaden Anthony. It looks like Connor Roberts is also getting ready to come on, so Leeds might be making a triple substitution now. Michael got saying, so big question to check. We did discuss this before, Michael, but a lot of us want West Brom because I think we've done, traditionally, we've done better against West Brom than we have against Southampton. I just see it as an easier game. May not pan out that way, but for me, I'd be going for West Brom. I think a lot of people agree. Here's Rodon, which doesn't mean to say that your opinion is wrong, that Southampton might be the better game, but for me, I can't see it personally. Here's Borja Sainz. McCallum leaves the ball behind, but then goes back and gets it and then plays it back. Now, Sarah, back to Duffy. Leeds intercept again, and now Piru plays it out wide here to Dan James. Dan James coming towards the box here. Goes to shoot, blocked away, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Wholesale changes, you wait for one sub. Yeah, Leeds now making Mateo Joseph, Jaden Anthony, and Connor Roberts. I'm assuming for Archie Gray, Joel Peru. Oh no, Jorginho, and we're 4-0 up, so. Jorginho, look at himself. This is what I love, right? Jorginho, it's like he's trying not to smile, but he's just smiling his head off because he's buzzing. Leeds are going to the playoff final. God, stress. Jorginho then coming off. Connor Roberts comes in and goes to right back. Joel Peru, of course, also has had a really good game, comes off, and so does Somerville. And so our whole attacking line is changed now. Mateo Joseph can go and play up front, and he gets himself a good 20 minutes here, which is nice to see that he's going to get himself some time. Hopefully he bags a goal. And then Jaden Anthony is going to be the one coming on for Crescencio Somerville. So wholesale changes in the front line. Here's Gray. Sorry, that's not Gray, that's Gruev. Now Ampadu. Back to Melier. The £1 million game in prospect. It's the £100 million game. £100 million, not £1 million. It's mentalising it. That's why they call it the most. They say not the biggest game in football, but like the most expensive game in football. Because even the Champions League final, I think you only get 20 million for winning. But the playoff final, the prize is basically your spot in the Premier League, which is worth 100 million, which is just. I mean, it's crazy. Now Firpo. Kamara. Ampadu. Gruev. Kamara again. Now Firpo. And Jaden Anthony. Firpo back into the midfield here for Mateo Joseph, who spreads a nice ball out wide to Connor Roberts, who, well, I don't know what that touch was, but the ball's gone through to Angus Gunn, who can clear it here. Rodon heads that one to Gruev. Ashley Barnes is just lying in a heap on the floor and moaning and getting up again. God, this is the downfall of Ashley Barnes that I've always enjoyed. I've always wanted to see. Oh, yeah, Cooper on. It would be nice to see him get a final appearance. Borja Sainz. I think, CB, that Liam's just saying that if a goal goes in the game, please don't say, like I usually say. Connor Roberts just having a friendly crack with the referee there. Rodon to Melier now. Rodon. To be fair, though, it'd be nice to see Cooper get 5 minutes at the end or whatever. But imagine if Cooper comes on and we concede and it's his mistake or something. That would be awful. Gruev. Kamara gives the ball away there. Stacey can't quite keep it in, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. He's Rodon. Now Melier. Ampadu. He's going to have to clear that one long, and it comes off Jonathan Rowe, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Roberts should have got more game time towards the end of the season. There's an argument for it, isn't it? Like, why did we bring him in if we were going to utilise him so little? But I think he's done his bit where he can, hasn't he? Cleared away by Duffy, straight into touch, sliced it, and that just sums up his and Norwich's game. I think Norwich fans will be very annoyed with that first half. That first half of this leg, if you get what I mean. The first half of both legs, like the away game, because they've basically played for a draw in the end and relied on going to Elland Road to get a result, which, considering the way that we've played at Elland Road this season, wasn't exactly a good plan. And that's come to fruition here with Leeds winning 4-0 at the moment in the 78th minute, 79th minute. Ampadu here. Now Rodon. Poor pass there from Connor Roberts, and Borja Sainz now has the ball. But Leeds are just surrounding him here, although he still managed to nearly go past everyone. Borja Sainz has done so well to keep hold of the ball there, but now Mateo Joseph can try and win it back, but no, it's a foul on Borja Sainz, and it's going to be a Norwich free kick, and they're already underway here. Here's Marcelino Nunez. McCallum picks it up and then drops it back off to Nunez. Back across the back line to Kenny McLean and then to Shane Duffy. Now Stacey. Plays it inside, and now Jonathan Rowe out on the wing, but Ampadu's in there quickly to win that one back, and it's going to be a throw-in for Norwich, but it needs to be taken a lot further back than the extra yards that they tried to gain there. Couple of substitutions then now for Norwich City. Van Hooijdonk is going to come on up front, I think, for Ashley Barnes, and Sorensen is going to come on as well. Bye-bye, Ashley Barnes. Hope you enjoyed being absolutely terrible and moaning at everything, because that's all you've contributed. Do you start the same side in the final? Why not? Don't know. I mean, depends. It depends who we're up against, and I'll probably, if I get chance, maybe do a little bit of a tactical preview of the game, because it depends on who we're playing against and how they play in their midfield, I think. At least that now we can say we've got a goal from the midfield, yeah. I think Jonathan Rowe's not even sat down yet. He's just kind of breathing heavily, looking at the ground. I don't really know what he's doing. But I would like to see the football, please, Sky. Yeah, here's Marcelino Nunez. Plays out wide here to... well, he plays it out wide too much, and it's a throw into Leeds. Here's Rodon. Now Ampadu. Firpo. Down the line to Jaden Anthony, and now Kamara picks it up. Kamara tries to get it back there, and then Firpo comes in with a good tackle against Van Hooijdonk. And it's going to be a Norwich City throw-in. Stacey then takes that throw-in back into his own half, all the way to Shane Duffy. Duffy across now to McLean. No, I honestly think if we score from a corner, there'll be pigs flying over Elland Road, especially after we've scored from the midfield in the first half. Here's Dan James now on the right-hand side. Plays the ball down the line towards Mateo Joseph. Nunez is going to get there first, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in a fairly dangerous position. Dan James was going to take it, but there's going to be another substitution here. I think it's going to be a Leeds substitution because I think Norwich have used all of their subs. What's the substitute going to be for Leeds? Oh, Gruev is making his way off then. Gruev, that was a fantastic goal and a really clever finish on that first goal from Ilya Gruev, and he makes his way off now, which is good because he's on a yellow card, so it's important that we make sure that he stays available for that final. And who's going to be coming on for him? It's going to be Liam Cooper who comes on for Gruev in this one. Liam comes on, gets his captain's armband, and I think this is a little bit of a farewell for him because I don't think he's going to get... Well, I can't see any way why he would be played in the final unless we had an injury to someone. So Cooper comes on and he's going to play right centre-back. I think we're going 3 at the back. I don't know where Rodon's going to go, unless Rodon's going to have a go at playing in midfield. Ampadu then plays it forward into Mateo Joseph, whose touch is a little bit heavy, but nearly finds Firpo. But here's Archie Gray picking the ball up in the midfield. Now Dan James on the right-hand side with his compatriot. But Connor Roberts was overlapping him, but he does go to try put the ball in the box there, and it bounces all the way out to the halfway line where Joe Rodon could pick it up. Now, Joe Rodon. Here's Kamara. It'll only be a fairy tale ending to Liam Cooper's Leeds career if Leeds go and win the playoff final. Here's Rodon. I can't really imagine Liam Cooper playing for anyone else anymore, you know. Like, is he just going to retire, or he'll go and play for a championship side, I would imagine, but I don't know who. Well, actually, I do. It'll probably be a Hull City or somebody who is a little bit local, I would imagine. Here's Ampadu, the long throw-in down the line towards Mateo Joseph. That's going to go all the way through to Duffy, who can clear that one to McCallum, who then clears it a bit longer to Ampadu, who nice little clever header backwards there to Firpo, and then Cooper can get on the ball. Here's Rodon. Now Ampadu. Ampadu with a little lofted through ball, tries to play it forward to Mateo Joseph. I mean, can you not miss church one time, Crossman 52? It's a playoff final, for God's sake. I mean, I didn't like... That wasn't even a joke. I didn't even mean to blaspheme then. Sorry about that, if that's disrespectful. I just had a proper Alan Partridge moment. Oh. Well, that makes more sense. Here's Kamara now. Good couple of dribbles there forward into the midfield. Now Firpo charging down the left-hand side. Plays the ball into the path of Mateo Joseph here, but McLean is going to be able to come across and get that and play it to Gunn, who can he keep it in? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be a throw-in, I think. Can't tell if it's a throw-in or a corner. Daniel James. He's going to take this corner then. See you, freshly picked. Thanks for joining us. Cooper's up for this corner. Imagine if he gets his head on it. Ball into the box. Couldn't beat the first man. Oh, just vintage Leeds. Couldn't beat the first man off a corner. Perfect. Firpo then getting ready to take this throw, and he's taking his sweet time over it, which you would, wouldn't you, if you need a bit of a rest before the playoff final. What date's the playoff final? The 25th, isn't it? So at least we get a good week and a half's rest. Now Glenn Kamara. Good ball into Mateo Joseph, who now finds Jaden Anthony. Plays it out wide now to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts loses the ball there to Borja Sainz. Here is Sainz coming down the left-hand side. Great tackle there by Ampadu. Now Nunez. Shane Duffy. Did we beat Norwich at home? I can't remember. I know we beat them away in that ridiculous 4-3 game, didn't we? But no, I can't remember whether we beat them at home or not. Little chipped ball forward here to Gabriel Sara's feet just inside the Norwich half, and then a tackle by Leeds is taken out for a Norwich throw-in. They took that from far too far forward there, that throw-in, and now here they are on the left-hand side with Fastnacht. Dropped back into Gabriel Sara. Ball into the box there, and then they can let that one go past the post there as Van Hooijdonk tried to get a flick on it. Jorginho's getting player of the match. Goals 1, joint first. Shots 3, second. Shots on target 2, third. Dribbles 7, first. Duels 1, 6, second, I think. Didn't quite manage to get through all of those there, but Jorginho's had a very good game. But for me, I think it's more Gruev that may be the man of the match. Thanks, CB. Thank you so much for the super chat saying thanks for a great season's commentary, Max. Yeah, but there's one more game to go, isn't there? There's one more big game to go. Of course, I'll be live for it. So make sure all of you come back for that stream on the thing. If you just sent the same thing again, CB, thank you very much. Here's Archie Gray now. Archie Gray down the left-hand side. Pokes it forward towards Dan James. Dan James brought down there, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick just outside the box. How did you manage that, CP? You must have had to copy and paste it and send it again. Jaden Anthony just like shoulder checked Dan James there. I think he was just trying to tell him something. So, a couple of minutes to go here then, and we have a free kick in a sort of crossing position for Dan James here. Dan James puts it over the bar. Just well done, Dan James. Sajal, I'm just so happy. ... Here you go, Max. Thank you so much, Sajal. I really, really appreciate the super chat. And I think we're all in a very, very good mood, aren't we? We are all in a very good mood considering what a performance this has been. And I think it was you, Sajal, saying, is this been Leeds' best performance of the season? It's got to be up there, hasn't it? It's got to be up there in the top 2 or 3. 2 minutes added on, by the way. We are in the 90 minutes plus 15 seconds on my stream. Of course, remember, don't say anything if a goal goes in this last couple of minutes. Here's Ampadu. Now Rodon. All the way back to Melier. Now Rodon again. Played into the feet of Dan James. Dan James pokes it out wide. Fouled there by McLean. Just completely body checked Dan James. I feel sorry for Dan James. He's always getting hurt. And he's just been completely bashed by him there. And why is Nonto and Nonto's peeking around the back of Nanto's peeking around the back of Jorginho and throwing water at the cameraman, saying, "Go away, stop looking at us," like little kids. Them two. Here's Cooper. Now Rodon. Well, we're hoping that you win that. I'm not going to attempt to read your name, but the West Brom fan that's just come in, we're hoping that you win because we do feel like it will be probably a potentially better game for us than Southampton. Long ball forward here towards Jack Stacey, but Firpo can do really well and just shield that one into touch and now just lie on the floor off the pitch. Good defending there from Junior Firpo. And then Melia can go and slowly walk over to take his goal kick. 3 seconds then. It has officially been 92 minutes. And there was only 2 minutes added on. Yes, the final is just a single match. Crossman 52. It is just a single match at Wembley. And the whistle goes. Leeds are going to Wembley for the first time in God knows how long. When was the last time we were at Wembley? Years and years ago. But Leeds have reached the Championship playoff final with a brilliant 4-0 victory over Norwich City. A fantastic game of football. Leeds have played so well in this one. Wow, what a performance. Leeds go through to the Championship playoff final. Stick around on the channel if you are new here. There is plenty more coming up in the summer. But before that, we have, of course, got the playoff final. I will be live on the 25th for that game. I'll be live, so join me back on the channel. There'll, of course, be the match reactions. Potentially a bit of a match preview based on whoever wins that game tomorrow night. And so, yes, thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you to all the Leeds Lately members. Thank you to everybody who sent a super chat as well. I really appreciate the support for this channel. It's been amazing this season. We've got one more game to go, and it's at Wembley Stadium. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Check out the match reaction that comes out later and all the other videos that will be on the channel coming soon. Stay subscribed. Thank you, and I'll see you in the playoff final.